welcome to another Coffee with Kilroy, where I'm continuing my coverage of postcard games, specifically the postcard games produced by LPS Inc. and Against the Odds magazine. Today I'm up to number 6. I went back and started going in order on how these were released from Against the Odds magazine or released in connection with Against the Odds magazine. You can get these when you purchase Against the Odds magazine, which is a wargame magazine. It's a magazine that has historical articles and has a wargame in the issue. Now this number 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all related. There was a series of 4 postcard games that came out, starting with number 6, and then 7, 8, and 9 all dealt with the same topic, or at least aspects of the same topic, and that is Peiper's assault in the Ardennes during the Battle of the Bulge. So we're looking December 1944. This was a German assault, and these postcard games handle different aspects of that assault. So when you put them all 4 together, you've got a clearer picture and actually a decent-sized game if you were to do that. So get your cup of coffee or tea or whatever you're drinking. I don't judge. And then let's take a look at the first one of these, which is Paying the Piper. Now, this series is a little bit different than some of the other postcard games in that it's not a postcard. It's on a postcard, right? It's postcard size, but there's really no place to put your stamp. There's no place to put your address. And some of the Against the Odds, they started doing this on several of the postcards so that you could get more rules on here. As you can see, you have the map on the front. You have your counters along the side that you can cut out to play on this, and then you have the rules on the back. Now, one of the complaints I have about the postcard games is that if you don't make a copy of the rules or the map, then once you've set it up, if you want to refer to something, you gotta flip it over, unless you have a second copy. Now, I have some extra copies of some of these, and so that doesn't make as big of a difference for me. But there's not only is the rules, just not a lot, just 2 columns, but you have a lot of your modifiers here. You have terrain modifiers, movement point cost, combat effects, and your unit description right here as well. So very, very key information. Now, these games are not overly complex. This is a Paul Rohrbaugh game, and he has a lot of his games use a standard deck of cards. You don't need dice. You just need a standard deck of cards, and then the color of the suits or color of the cards, if it's black, it'll be a German activation. If it's red, it'll be a U.S. activation. I believe that's the case in this instance. And then you have activations, and so the number on the card is going to tell you how much activations or how many activations you get. I think it's like half that or something like that. If it's a face card, then it's a different type of activation. I think an ace is always 1. But so that's going to tell you not only who has like initiative, but also who has an activation or how many points you have for activations. And then you have to apply those activations, to attack or to move and the like. Now, when you do combat, you're going to be drawing a card as well, and then taking that number and then adding it to like any terrain effects. There's a lot of different terrain effects that can affect combat, and then also comparing it to your attack value. You have there's different types of attack value here. You have anti-tank and anti-infantry, so you have 2 different values there. And that's it. I mean, there's different victory conditions. You have game length, you have who wins, so you have different victory conditions in the game. And you also have some special rules, like there's bridge demolition and stuff like that. There might be special rules on each one of these different scenarios or these different games, these fully contained postcard games. Now, the thing that I really like about this is I have some extras of these, but and actually it took me a while to hunt down all 4. I think I had like 3 of the 4, and I had to ask 8 Against the Odds when I ordered something. You can pick out which ones you want of these postcard games. So I got the one I was missing. But what they started doing here is they started sending out the die cut counters. So you can actually get the die cut counters for these games, and when they send them out for all four. So this is the counter set for this game, but it'll also include the counters I need for these as well here. So for all four games, so you can get this counter set, and now you have, now you don't have to necessarily worry about defacing this or cutting this out. Now, a lot of people, I'm getting comments on my videos, people that really like these games, they have a tendency to take this and blow them up. They'll make a copy and make it on a bigger board, and then have bigger counters as well, but actually have a lot bigger space. And then you have the rules. You can always refer to the back of the card as rules, or they can actually blow up the rules as well. So you can actually make a full-blown game out of this. And then when you put these four together, you've got quite a interesting scenario here, dealing with the Battle of the Bulge. But these counters are nice. These are typical ATO counters. Good thickness there, double-sided, as you can see here. And the one thing I typically don't like about ATO counters is, against the odd type counters, is they come out a little rough sometimes, and so you end up getting some nibs, and they're pretty thick. So clipping is not. You can clip them; they're not hard to clip, but they're just a little bit tougher than normal thinner counters. Plus, I'm not a clipper. I've started clipping some games, but if I go back and clip all my ATO stuff, I'm going to be doing it for quite some time here. So anyway, but that's the game. This is, as you can see from the back here, Paying the Piper. It says get all four, right? So Paying the Piper. This is the first. This is, as you can see here, is map A. And so the first of four. So spoiler alert, guess what you're going to be having for coffee later on this week. Mark your calendar, get your coffee ready, and you're going to be seeing the rest of this series. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. That's what I have for you today on Coffee with Kilroy. And love to know your thoughts on this, on postcard games in general, but this series, if you played it, or how you play postcard games, or do you not play postcard games and why, or this is the first time you're hearing about it. Anyway, all of it is fair game. Just keep it civil, and enjoy your coffee and the rest of your day or evening. Take care. Thanks for watching.